Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been so long. It has been so crazy around here the last few weeks. I've had family issues to deal with, Thomas's health to deal with, which he is doing fantastic, so that is a good thing. But yeah, today I am finally getting to my Tati review, and I have been using this every day for almost a week, so I have a very clear thought on the palette and all that good stuff. So yeah, I definitely can make this a multi-looks plus a full review because I've been using it long enough to have a clear opinion. That being said, for those of you that are new here, I do have a special needs child. You'll hear him in the background clapping his hands and making noise. He's jealous of anyone or anything that takes my time from him, and he's being extra rotten today, but I'm afraid if I don't film this, I won't get it up anytime soon. So, that being said, let's get into it. When you first take your palette out, it comes in a carton like this. Hold that thought. And on the back, you can see it has the ingredients. But when you take the palette out, of course, it doesn't have the ingredients on the back. So, yeah, that's that. And when you open it up, it does have a big mirror. It is a beautiful mirror. I'll put swatches at the end as per usual. Possibly. I probably don't even need to put swatches because I'm sure you have been swatched to death by everybody. That being said, yeah, I have done looks. I think I've pretty much used every color in this palette now over the past week, and I definitely can say they blend so nicely, which you'll see in my tutorials on the looks that I did. I do want to start off by saying that I'm so sorry guys. You know how when your kids are sick and you give them all that attention and love and it turns into a spoiled rotten thing? That is what I have done. So bear with me. Okay, maybe. Maybe not, but maybe. Anyway, okay. What I love about this palette is the way that it's set up. I love that you have each row of similar colors with the different formulas. That's my favorite part about this. My least favorite part about this is this whole sequin row is so beautiful, but like it's only been about an hour since I done this eye look, and any sequin shade that I use, the shadows, I mean, if you swatch them, I'll just do a few like this. If you swatch them, they are beautiful. But the glitters in it, I've tried everything. I've tried my NYX glitter primer. I've tried a tacky base, a set base, everything. I've tried patting them on with my finger, packing them on with a brush. The glitter just doesn't stay. If you guys know the secret, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. But for me, I can't get those sequin shades to stay for the life of me. So, I mean, they blend beautifully if you use them as a matte, which is how I've made peace with using them. So, yeah, that's definitely my thought on that. I mean, when I first got this palette, my first initial thought was, I just can't be biased. I love Tati so much. There's no way I could give an honest review. And then I thought back to why I like Tati so much. And one of the things I like about her is her honesty. And so I feel like if I was anything but honest, I would be disrespecting what Tati stands for. So in light of that, that's, yeah, why I'm going to be brutally honest with my review here. like I said, I've been using this palette every day since I got it last Friday. I've had a lot going on, so it's been those situations where I had to do my makeup and get my day started. But yeah, um, I really love this palette. I love creating looks with it. This orange row, this is one of my favorite rows. I love an orange look out of this palette. I love the neutrals. I could see myself traveling with this palette. The glitters, one thing I can say, like I said, I've had this eye look on maybe even for closer to 2 hours. And yeah, I gotta say, once you get the glitter on, now I always use my MAC Fix Plus or any kind of setting spray, and I'll spray my eyes once I get the glitter on, and I'll let them dry with my eyes closed. But I get very, very, I mean, you see my highlight, but the glitters don't fall a whole lot on me, and I really like that. These press glitters in the top, and I mean you can literally press your finger in and have shadow on there that just you can press right on. Now, don't get me wrong, glitters are extremely dangerous to put near your eyes. I highly recommend that you do not do that. So, that being said, if you are a rebel like I've been the last few months, then have a blast. But I always try to put a fluffier lash on to try to catch if I do happen to get any kind of fallout or, you know, the glitter's falling in. I try not to get them too close to where they could easily get in my eyes. I have got some in my eyes. It thankfully has not scratched my eyes. But that being said, it is a possibility you definitely should consider. Now, like I said, as of right now, this palette, she said was out of stock, but they have all the stuff to make the palette. They just, they're doing pre-orders, $48, like I said. And it's supposed to be by like December that you'll get it, but she's talking about getting it earlier. So that's a good thing, of course, if you've been waiting on this because it seems a little boring to you. I've seen some amazing looks with this palette. I am not a makeup artist, so I'm not as creative as everyone else, but I try to be sometimes. Anyway, would I purchase this again if I was allowed to borrow someone's palette and use it? And yes, the answer is yes. I would still buy this palette, even though that sequin row was a little disappointing. But yeah, I would definitely still buy this palette because, like I said, I just can't stop using it. And that is so rare. I never thought I would find anything that when I thought about having to travel or go somewhere, it was, as of right now, as of before I got this palette, I would definitely say it would have been my Sigma Enchanted and my Jackie Aina palette. Love those palettes. I definitely could see those going in my travel bag. But that was until I got this. So, form your own opinion, watch plenty of reviews, try to watch reviews from people who are not, from people who are able to be biased, because like I said, I mean, I love Tati so much. I almost came on here and was like, I can't give a you know, I can't, but I can, because I think that's what Tati would want, so that's what I would do. That being said, if you want to see more looks with this palette from me, like simple looks without the glitter or anything, like if you're not going to use the glitters, then maybe not. But I mean, I like to dab just a tight, like I said, I just put my finger in there and just put a little tab on whatever color scheme I'm using for the day, and it looks beautiful. And I don't get a bunch of fallout from those glitters. I don't know how she did those glitters like that, but I don't even use a glitter primer or glitter glue of any sort when I use them. I just dab them right on there, and then I spray them with my setting spray, and yeah, I'm really happy I got this palette. I've always had trouble doing a black smoky eye. I did not have that problem, so yeah. Anyway, without further ado, I'll let you see some of the looks, and we'll come back and go from there. Okay, for this first look, I used my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre and primed my eyes. I did not set this. And then I took my Moda brush and I dipped into the Aurora matte shade just to lighten things up a little. Then I took the matte memory shade and began to create my smoky eye. This is the first time I actually was happy when I got done with a smoky eye. Now I'm going to dip into the sequin Aurora, the matte, and blend that all out. Took my NYX glitter primer and put it down. Now I'm dipping into the sequin in the memory row and then the metallic in the memory row, because the sequin, the glitters don't stay, and the metallic Aurora for the inner corner. Now I'm taking my Max Fix Plus because I wanted it a little more intense, so that's where we went. And just blending them back and forth till I was happy. Now I took the sequin from the Aurora side and a little dab of that memory glitter, just to add a little something something. Now with my Suva Beauty Hydra liner, I added a line simply for lash purposes so that it looked good with my lashes. Sprayed my eyes down and let them dry so that glitter stays in place. Put on my Lily Tokyo, and then I got my face done, and I did put Kicker from ColourPop in my waterline. Now I'm just taking that same black shadow from the memory, the matte, and putting it on my lower lash line. And I'm going to buff it out with the sequin Aurora. And yeah, dust away any fallout. And my nikkiajoycosmetics highlighter, I'm using Glisten. So beautiful and stunning. I absolutely love this palette. It is so beautiful. And the highlights are just beaming. And then I took my fan brush and used that to highlight my brow bone. And I believe I used that on my inner corner as well. Yeah. Just popping that in my inner corner. I definitely wanted that gleaming effect that I did not get from the Aurora metallic shade. It's not quite as bright as I wish it was. And this is the final look. I used Witch Bitch from Lunar Beauty on my lips. And yeah, very happy with my black smoky eye. Now look number 2, I used my Anastasia primer, and I started out with that same matte Aurora. I wanted the Anastasia primer because it's lighter. Then I went into the sequin to try to make it even brighter up there. You'll have to forgive my lips moving. Going into Poet, the matte Poet shade, I'm going to put this all through the crease and in the inner outer corner. I want to do like a kind of halo eye today. So that's where I was going. And like I said, my lips are moving, but I had a phone call. So now going in with the sequin Poet shade, trying to deepen it up just a little bit. I'm going to put my NYX primer in the center of my lid just to get the metallics to stay, and then Poet metallic shade on the inner and outer sides of this eye. And then I just took my finger in the Aurora metallic shade, which is very pretty for this step. I think this comes together quite nicely. And a dab of the Poet glitter. Just making sure everything is blended out nicely. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of black because I wanted a little more dimension on my halo there because I felt like it was looking a little light. I am glad I went with this step, but be careful because you can get carried away with blacks, like I always say. And using my Suva Beauty liner again, I'm going to create a wing today, just a little wing because I have small eyes, so I don't need huge giant wings. They look silly on me, but I like that. Going back in with Sequent from the Aurora line and just making sure everything is buffed and blended. Got my face done, and I'm going to take that Memory Matte Black and tap that along the lower lash line, and then I'm going to take a flat shader brush into the Poet Matte. I think I went into the Sequence actually and just kind of dabbed it along that lower lash line. Then with Metallic Aurora, I went ahead and put that in my brow bone and my inner corner so that you guys could see how that looked. Tokyo lashes again because they're nice and fluffy. I started out with an Anastasia lip and I wasn't real happy with it, so you'll see I changed this. But today I went in with Gleam from the nikkiajoycosmetics highlighting palette. As you can see, just like I said, totally stunning and beautiful. But be careful because you can get carried away. And that was going to be my final look till I realized my lips look white. So we are going to change to my Stila lip in the shade Patina. I thought that was so much prettier. Anyway, this is the final look. Love this eye look. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments as always. And we'll get to my final thoughts. Okay, so the way I'm going to swatch them is I'm going to do the rows as they correspond with each other. Okay? Does that make any sense at all? And we will start with, let's start with the Poet row. Why not? Matte Poet, Sequin, Metallic, and the glitter. So beautiful. Aurora row. And yeah, that didn't come off as good as I wanted it to, but yeah. Now, Soothe. So beautiful. That swatched amazing. And so did the Story and Ritual and Memory. Yeah, those definitely swatched the best. So those are the swatches. I gotta say that sequin row in almost all the swatches swatch almost seems like it swatches better than the matte row, but I don't have any trouble blending the mattes out. So yeah, definitely am happy with my purchase. I say if you think you'll use these glitters, it's a definite yes. Even if you're not going to use the glitters, I would say because these metallics in here are quite beautiful. I mean, the only one I wish the Aurora one, I wish that was just a shade lighter than what it is. You know what I mean? Because I really wanted that icy pop that I thought you almost think you could get it with the sequin shade, but you can't really. So, yeah. Anyway, that is my tutorial review on the new Tati Beauty and the Volume 1 palette. I look forward to what she has to come out with in the future. Congratulations, Tati. You did an amazing job. I have other palettes that I have sequin shadows in that yeah, they kind of work the same. So that wasn't near as disappointing for me as it might be for some people, because I wasn't expecting them to do anything else. Anyhow, that being said, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching my video. Thomas and I love having you around. Well, I do. Thomas is a big jelly bean lately. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It would do so much to help my channel, and maybe I can connect with more people. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful night or day wherever you are. Lots of love from me and Thomas to all of you. And we will see you on the next Teresa Tries Tutorials. Bye, guys.